سلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول وأولي الأمر منكم فإن تنازعتم في شيء فردوه إلى الله والرسول إن كنتم تؤمنون بالله واليوم الآخر ذلك خير وأحسن تأويلا صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين يا أيها الذين آمنوا, O people who have believed, أطيعوا الله, obey Allah, وأطيعوا الرسول, and obey the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, وأولي الأمر منكم, and those in authority over you or among you. فإن تنازعتم في شيء, if you quarrel about something, if you argue about something, فردوه إلى الله والرسول, revert it back to Allah and the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. إن كنتم تؤمنون بالله واليوم الآخر, if you believe in Allah and the last day. ذلك خير, that is the best. وأحسن تأويلا, and the best at the end. So this ayah also gives a very important ruling about the Islamic system of life. The first part of the ayah is very clear that, O people who have believed, obey Allah and obey the Messenger of Allah. The first thing you understand is that obeying the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, giving importance to his words, giving importance to essentially the Hadith and the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam established from the Quran, according to the Quran itself, according to a consensus of ulama, fuqaha, all of the scholars of the ummah. The third thing is وَأُولِي الْأَمْرِ مِنْكُمْ, and the people in authority among you. So here, Amr basically means authority or control. Obey Allah, obey Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the people who are in authority among you. So in this, there is a difference of opinion, but there is in reality no difference. Ibn Abbas radiallahu anh and some other pious predecessors like Hasan Basri rahimahullah, Mujahid rahimahullah, they have went with the meaning that this means that the people of authority, because it is talking about Allah and the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ulil amr would mean ulama, the people of knowledge of deen, the people of knowledge of the commands of Allah and the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anh has went with the meaning that it means that obey Allah, Rasul, and the people who are in command and authority, the government officials. But in reality, Hazrat Ulama Kiram have combined these aqwal, and there is no contradiction among them. The thing is that in the beginning days of Islam, in the good times of, as the Prophet ﷺ has said, خَيْرُ قُرُونِ قَرْنِي, the best of times are the ones near to me. Those who are the best in knowledge and the rulers, those who are in command, also had the knowledge of deen. And in fact, the best in deen and taqwa and knowledge of deen and practice of deen were made the rulers. Therefore, Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anh was, with the consensus of the ummah, made the Khalifa of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he was the closest to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So on and so forth with the other Khulafa. And then the Shura would give Khilafah or rule to the best among them. So the reason why Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiallahu anh has went with the people in authority, that already includes the people who have the knowledge of deen. When that does not remain true, then there is a detail to this. First thing is that what is the word of Allah? The Quran. So nobody can go against the Quran, right? Be it a ruler, be it a common person, be it a knowledgeable person, be it a person who's a commoner, does not have a lot of knowledge. Similarly, there is no ambiguity about وَأَطِيعُوا الرَّسُولِ, follow the Rasul of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Therefore, there is things that are not talked about in the Quran, but the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has talked about them, and the Quran is saying that do what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has commanded you to do. Similarly, there is things in the Quran that are not very much elaborate. So the Prophet ﷺ has explained those things, and those explanations are by virtue of Quran important and to be followed. Now, In the next part of the ayah as well, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَإِن تَنَازَعْتُمْ فِي شَيْءٍ, if you argue, if you have a difference of opinion. So those things are there, those things are done. What is in the Quran will be done. What is in the Sunnah will be done. فَإِن تَنَازَعْتُمْ فِي شَيْءٍ, but what if you have a difference of opinion based on those, right? فَرُدُّوهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَالرَّسُولِ, revert it back to the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. And that can only be done by the ulama. That can only be done by the people who know the Quran and the Hadith. So, the edicts or the fatwa that are given by ulama are the third most important pillar of knowledge in what is to be done after the Quran and the Sunnah. The ulama of the ummah, as the Prophet ﷺ himself has said, that al-ulama'u warathatul anbiya, they are the descendants, they are the one who inherit from the anbiya. So this is clear. فَرُدُّوهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَالرَّسُولِ. Now, after the Quran and Sunnah and the fatwa, in the third category there is another thing, which is those things that are neither prohibited by the Quran or the Sunnah. So the edicts or the fatwa of the ulama are essentially the Quran and Hadith itself. So we will not consider it even as a separate category, because it is reverting back to the Quran and Sunnah. But there will be things in which Allah and His Rasul would not, and the edicts and fatwa of the ulama would not have set clear limits. For example, things of the state, which you call intizami umur, or administrative actions. For example, how many post offices will be established in a city? Where will be a security check post? Everyone who has to go through the security check post has to identify themselves. Those kind of things, in those kind of things where there is no restriction set forth by the Allah or the Quran or the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam or his Sunnah, or by the ulama and their fatwa based on the Quran and Sunnah, then in those matters the ulil amr would be followed, the people who are in authority, the people who are in government. Therefore, in those matters, following even the government officials is proven from the Quran, is a requirement put upon us by the Quran. Okay? In kuntum tu'minuna billah wal yawmil akhir, if you believe in Allah and if you believe in the last day, then this is the best thing, this is what you will do. Dhalika khair, that is the best thing, this is the best thing. Wa ahsanu ta'wila, and not only here but also the best in terms of outcome, which is in this world and in the hereafter as well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us an understanding of the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the following of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us accepted good Muslims. Amin ya Rabbi. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. صلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.